Hello viewers, in this session we will discuss about special type of concretes. So what is the difference between special concrete and conventional concrete? We are using the cement, aggregates, water, admixtures in the both type of the concrete like special concrete and conventional concrete. But in the certain purpose, we are modifying some properties of the conventional concrete and we are obtaining the special type of the concrete. We need this type of the concrete for the particular purpose requirement like fire resistance, acoustic purpose, and we require lightweight structure. In special type of the concrete, the compressive strength is high, but some case we are facing some drawbacks of this type of the concrete like low tensile strength of the concrete mass, high permeability of the concrete, and corrosion effect in the concrete mass and effect on the durability of the concrete mass. So special type of the concrete we are using for the particular requirement of the existing site. So let us discuss the different types of the special concrete from this session. Let us start with difference of ordinary concrete and the special concrete. Ordinary concrete uses for the normal works like the building, bridge, road, etc. in case of the normal condition. And the special type of the concrete we are using for fulfill for the special requirements we need in our construction site like the nuclear reactor, like building with the acoustic treatment, like the fire resistance, and the other special purpose we can use the special type of the concretes. And in the ordinary concrete, the ingredients are used like cement, sand, aggregates, and water. And if we talk about the special type of the concrete, we also use the same ingredient which we are using in the conventional concrete, but we will modify it. For example, we are using the lightweight concrete. So in that case, we will use the lightweight aggregate in the concrete mass. And ordinary concrete is prepared by the conventional method and the special type of the concrete is prepared by the special techniques, and the ordinary concrete is economical as compared to the special type of the concrete, and the special type of the concrete is costlier than the conventional concretes. Now let us discuss types of concrete. There are the many types of the concrete we are using in our construction field like high strength concrete HSC, high performance concrete HPC, ready mix concrete RMC, roller compacted concrete RCC, recycled aggregate concrete RAC, self compacting concrete SCC, lightweight concrete, plumb concrete, flexible concrete, or you can say bendable concrete, polymer concrete, self-filling concrete, or organic concrete or bioconcrete, silica fume concrete, shotcrete or graniting, and premise method for the underwater concrete, and transparent concrete, green concrete. So these all are the types of the concrete we are using in our construction field. So let us discuss different types of the concrete in detail. We will start from the lightweight concrete. In our construction field, we are using the conventional type of the concrete, and with using of the conventional material, there is impact of the high dead load of the structure. So there is a problem there, the increasing the size of the element of the structure and increasing the dead load. So there are increasing the material requirement and the labor charges and the other costing of the construction site. That's why we are focusing on the dead load of the structure. So in the lightweight concrete, less density is obtained by using of the lightweight aggregates. And if we talk about the density about the conventional concrete, or you can say the ordinary concrete, is between the 2200 to 2600 kilogram per cubic meter, and which is high impact dead load on the structure, and we can obtain the dead load up to the 300 kilogram per cubic meter to the 1900 kilogram per cubic meter with using of the lightweight aggregate. And if you talk about the slump value, which is up to 100 mm. So with using of the lightweight aggregate, there is a saving of the material cost, transportation cost, and decreasing of the specimen size of the element of the structure. So in that case, saving of the material and the money. So this is the main advantage we can get with using of the lightweight aggregate. If we talk about the types of the lightweight aggregate, there are mainly three types of the aggregate. First one is lightweight aggregate concrete. Second one is aerated concrete. Third one is no fine aggregates. So let us discuss in detail with the lightweight aggregate. The lightweight aggregate, we are using the lightweight aggregate, and this is classified in the two way. First one is natural lightweight aggregate and the second one is artificial lightweight aggregate. In the natural lightweight aggregate, we are using, you can see on your screen, we can use pumice, scoria, rice husk, sawdust, diatomite, volcanic tuff, formed lava. So these are the lightweight natural aggregates. And if we talk about the artificial lightweight aggregate, so in that case we can use sintered fly ash, formed slag, floated clay, expanded clay, slate and shell, coke breeze, expanded perlite. So these are the artificial lightweight aggregate. And second one is aerated concrete. Aerated concrete is made by introducing the air or gas bubbles into the plastic cement called mortar mix to produce the material with cellular structure. You can see on your screen, this is the aerated concrete, and you can see the cellular structure formed in this type of the structure, and we are introducing the air mass. But I would like to add one more important point, which is there is a difference between the air entrained concrete and aerated concrete, because both concrete are introduced by the air bubbles into the concrete mass, but there is a difference of the density of the concrete, because the air entrained concrete has the high density and aerated concrete has the lightweight structure. If we talk about the air bubbles percentage introduced in the concrete mass, so in the air entrant concrete there is the less air introduced in the concrete mass, and in the aerated concrete there is a high percentage of the air bubbles introduced in the concrete mass. So there is a difference between the aerated concrete and the air entrained concrete, and this type of the concrete is also known as gas concrete, foam concrete or cellular concrete. It is a mixture of water, cement and finely crushed sand, and it may not contain the coarse aggregate. If we talk about the density of this type of the aggregate, which is generally between to 300 kilogram per cubic meter to 1000 kilogram per cubic meter. If we talk about the application of the aerated concrete, we can use this type of the concrete as load bearing walls, as partition wall in the residential, industrial, institutional and the industrial buildings. We can also use as precast composite walls or the floor panels. We can use as a filler walls in the form of precast reinforcement wall in high-rise building, and we can use as precast floor and the roof panels in the all types of the buildings. So these are the application of the aerated concrete. Now let us discuss about no fine aggregate. The no fine aggregate is obtained by omitting the fine aggregate friction below 12 mm from the conventional concrete. In short, we are eliminate the fine aggregate in this type of the concrete mass, and we are using cement coarse aggregate and the water mass, and we are using the coarse aggregate between the 10 to 20 mm, which means 20 mm passing and 10 mm retain in this type of the concrete mass. And due to the eliminating of the fine aggregate, there may be high void content. It's generally 30 to 40 percentage is depending on the degree of consolidation, and the aggregate cement ratio should be taken between 6:1 to 10:1. For example, you are using the 6:1, it means you are using the 6 part of the aggregate and the 1 part of the cement mass. For example, you are using the 10:1. So in that case, the 10 part of the aggregate you are using in the concrete mass and the 1 part of the cement mass in the concrete mass. And if we talk about the water cement ratio, it should be between 38 percentage to 50 percentage. It means you have to take 0.38 to 0.50. So if we talk about the density of this type of the concrete, it will be between 1600 kilogram per cubic meter to 2000 kilogram per cubic meter. And this type of the concrete contain low compressive strength compared to the conventional concrete. You can achieve around 15 megapascal, and this concrete has low bonding strength, so it is advisable to not use the reinforcement as a RCC element, because this type of the concrete has low bonding strength of the concrete mass. If you are using the reinforcement, so you have to consider some precaution in the RCC element. So this all about the no fine aggregate concrete. Now let us discuss about advantages you can get with using of the lightweight concrete mass. First of all, you are decreasing the dead load of the structure. So in that case, the decreasing of the dead load is possible with using of this type of the concrete. Second one, due to the decreasing of the dead load, there is a possibility of the decreasing section size of the element of the RCC structure. And third one is decreasing of the handling cost of the concrete mass, because with the decreasing of the dead load, there is a possibility of the saving of the transportation cost of this type of the structure, and increase in the progress work due to the light weight of the block. And this type of the concrete has higher fire resistance. So with using of the lightweight concrete, you can decrease the total costing of the project, and can be used industrial wastage such as the fly ash, clinkers, slag in the lightweight aggregate, and the lower modulus of the elasticity and adequate ductility of the lightweight concrete may be advantages in the seismic design of the structure. So these are the all the advantages you can get with using of the lightweight concrete. Now let us discuss about plum concrete or cyclopean concrete. In this type of the concrete, we are using aggregate, larger aggregate size, which is up to the 300 mm size, which is also known as a plums. And in this concrete, you cannot use greater than one third of the least dimension of the element, and volume should not be more than 20 to 30 percentage of the total volume of the finished concrete. So in this type of the concrete, you are using first of all the normal layer of the concrete mass, and above this layer you are placing plum, or you can say the larger stone up to the 300 size, and you should care about that the stone should be not coated, because this will discontinue to the concrete layer, and this will affect to the strength and the durability of the concrete mass. In plum concrete, you should take care while you are placing the normal layer of the concrete mass, and then you are placing the plum or stone, and then you have to place the remaining layer with the concrete mass. So it should be strong bonding between the plum and the concrete mass, and you should also check there should be not coating of the stone or the plum, because this will discontinue the concrete layer, and this will affect to the durability of the concrete mass and strength of the concrete mass. Now let us discuss about precast concrete. When mass concrete work is required, huge and speedily construction work, so precast concrete is used. The precast concrete elements are manufactured in the industry and transported in our existing site. So there is the possibility of the fast construction, and we can also construct all the elements with the precautions and the proper design and the proper laboratory environmental in the manufacture unit. So you can see in the photo there are the different type of the precast element, and this element we can directly use in our existing site, and we can precast the elements like beams, columns, slabs, and we can use the some portion, and we can also cast the part of the element of the any structure like the water tank, bridge girders, bridge piers, construction piers, caissons, water supply RCC pipes, construction lintels, ornamental structures. So it can be possible in the manufacture unit, but you should consider the transportation cost in the concrete mass and precast element during the transportation and the placing in our existing site. But there is a possibility with the fast construction and with the proper design in the manufacture unit. So this is all about the precast concrete.